Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Yesterday I got to go see the Fablemens from Steven Spielberg, and today I'm reviewing it. So it's a movie I was excited to watch. It took me a little while to actually get it watched because I haven't had time the past couple of weeks. So yesterday I finally got to go see it. I was excited to hear my thoughts. And not much to say, but go check my Stranger Things playlist. That series is almost done. I got one more video to do that. That's probably going to be out tomorrow. Willow Show, I'm going to try to review it. And Avatar review is going to come out soon. And then when I go see the new one, which I don't think will be this weekend, probably next weekend. I'm a little busy this weekend, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off what this movie's about. This movie is pretty much a fictional version of Steven Spielberg's childhood, pretty much. Like the characters aren't like real, but he just made them up pretty much. But really, it is based on his childhood, and it is pretty accurate. So anyway, so you see this character of Sammy Fableman. He gets introduced to his first movie, The Greatest Show or something. I forget what it's called. And because he really gets into film. He plays the train, starts filming a bunch of things, films movies even at a very young age. And then you see this character of Sammy Fableman or Steven Spielberg as you see him grow up and just become invested in the film and see his troubles of life and his sort of good things in him. His family is falling apart as time goes on, and really just see the whole part of the childhood. And you can piece together where you got all the style bits for Indiana Jones, Jaws. I mean, I don't know about Jaws, but Indiana Jones, E.T. I don't know about Jurassic Park, but yeah, I don't know. But mainly Indiana Jones, you can sort of see where you got some of the style, and you can really see it. So yeah, it's pretty much just it's a coming of age story, pretty much. Now we have the good, and main thing I want to start off with, just a fantastic and inspiring movie. And in general, maybe a film director might be my career or something in the future. It's always been something I've sort of thought about. At times I like try to write my own scripts or something, and this just makes me inspired to actually maybe want to make my own little movies. I've never actually thought about that, but maybe I could try something like that. Maybe when I'm a little bit older, I don't know. I don't know if I have any time like lately, but overall, it's just such an inspiring movie, and it's one of those sort of feel-good movies. In the end, I just feel fantastic, honestly, and it just makes you think like, what could you do, and that you can do anything. It's just such I think this movie was just very inspiring. And if I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be like one of those modern day classics where like 20-30 years from now, it's gonna be like one of those, I think, really remembered movies. And similar to how a lot of like other Steven Spielberg movies, like similar to Jurassic Park, I bet it's gonna be this movie's gonna be kind of like that. I thought this movie was fantastic. I'd say probably third or second best of the year. I don't know, it's kind of tied with The Batman. I probably might like this more, but I don't know. I'm gonna rewatch The Batman so I can prep my end of the year ranking. Or in the rankings, which I'll talk more about. I'll post a video on that, our community tab with that later. So yeah, also this movie really balances the humor out well with the emotions. Like there's some really funny bits, and then there's some really emotional bits, and well, I don't know if I tear up exactly, but I would say it's not that far off from doing that actually, because you see and really think about it, this is what happened in Steven Spielberg's life. This is what happened in Steven Spielberg's life, and it just makes you think, what this is actually what he went through. And in general, I just think this movie works on better when you think of it as Steven Spielberg's sort of autobiography compared to like this made-up story about this whole family. I think it just works much better in that end because there's some kind of odd things you can kind of throw in the whole divorce plot line. I don't know if it needed to be there if this is like a fictional story. It would still just be just as good if I didn't know it was, but I just think knowing that it is actually about Steven Spielberg's backstory just make it so much better, to be honest. And overall, I just had a great time in the theater. This movie, even though it's pretty long, it's like 2 hours and 32 minutes or something, and honestly it felt like 2 hours. Like it just flew by, and that's what I like in a movie that's pretty long. There are a lot of movies that I like that, like I felt the same way about like Django Unchained, The Wolf of Wall Street, Endgame, I would say. So like it's nice to have like a movie that like is long but kind of goes by fast. So yeah, overall I just thought this movie, it's just really enjoyable. The performance is all really good, especially Seth Rogen and Paul Dano or however you pronounce his name. There's been 2 movies this year, and I thought he was fantastic in The Batman and fantastic in this. And as you see this kind of child grow up, because it is a coming of age story, and like you really see how he gets inspired and it's just such like a fun journey to sort of go on. And also, you have sort of all the style of Steven Spielberg kind of building up with like you can see some Indiana Jones bits kind of thrown in there, maybe some of the war movie stuff, and that kind of inspired him to do Saving Private Ryan, which I haven't seen, but I'm gonna watch it soon. And also maybe some stuff with Jurassic Park, maybe. I don't know, but I didn't see much about Jaws, but yeah, whatever. I thought this movie, it just worked on so many levels. Nothing I would really take out of it, honestly. There's just nothing I would take out of it. And going back sort of on that emotional side, it just balanced out the emotional stuff, the inspiring stuff, the humor. It just balanced everything out. And that's another thing Spielberg's good at. He's good at throwing some good humor bits when he needs to. And he's good at invoking the right emotions. And that's what makes him my favorite director. Like, he knows when to do everything at the right time. And he's just so good at his movies generally are... A lot of them, like, I think some of them are overrated, like Jaws and E.T., but then he makes Raiders, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and Jurassic Park's up there as well. And he just knows how the film works, and he just messes with that and does a fantastic job. I don't know what messes, but he just plays around with it and knows how to throw in the right lines, knows how to make just a fun movie, and he does just such a great job. And overall, this is probably one of his best movies in a long time. Probably, I'd say, maybe since Saving Private Ryan, even though I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming, just taking a guess there. Or maybe Schindler's List. I don't know when Schindler's List came out, but I haven't seen that either, which I'm going to go watch that. Promise. I don't know about probably, I'm going to try to watch it by the end of the year. I don't know. So, yeah, I thought this movie was fantastic. None of the mix. And the one thing, I mean, it's not even really a bad thing exactly, but it's that I don't know if I'm going to go back to this one as much as some other Steven Spielberg's other classics. Like, I go back to Indiana Jones, Raiders Lost Ark, and Last Crusade all the time. I go back to Jurassic Park, like, maybe once or twice a year. I go back to Jaws. Seen it a couple times. E.T. I don't go back to E.T. that often, but whatever. His movies are not really the most rewatchable, except the Indiana Jones movies and Jurassic Park, pretty much, but whatever. I still thought this movie's great, but I don't know if this is going to be one of those movies I'm just going to want to go throw on a lot. It's going to be a movie that I think I'm going to watch maybe, like, who knows, once a year. I bet this is going to be one of those movies I'm going to watch again for sure. I'm totally going to watch this movie again for sure, but I don't think this is going to be one I really going to rewatch, but yeah. If you haven't seen this one, go check it out. This is one of those movies I think will really surprise you. I saw the trailer about not long before it came out because I hadn't heard much about it. My mom told me about it, that it was directed by Steven Spielberg. I saw the trailer. I was immediately hooked, and I was very interested. And this was kind of the movie I needed. I had quite the movie of weekend watching, and I came out of it just loving this movie. And yeah, enough about my life story. Let's move on. For this movie's final score, I'm going to give it like a 9.6 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic. It really, just go check this one out if you haven't yet. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios.